was the other day, and I pointed him in the right direction so that he could take advantage of its services too. His poetry and ways with words set to artificial music is absolutely our chocolate and peanut butter combination. Ever since then, he has spun off nearly 8 songs inside of 5 days. This really seems to have unleashed quite a beast, and I have a new soundsmith to promote. So, some news crossed my desk today that has me feeling just a little stressed out. See, while I was in the southern frontier, working myself to the bone and getting my tail shot off by the fluffing Illuminate, the planetary governor of everyone's favorite doomed marvel decided to declare martial law and shut down the spaceports. No one in or out. Excuse me, Helldivers. I have to go take care of something real quick. The terms of this martial law is that there is a mandatory curfew of 8 p.m., due process is suspended as are freedoms of speech and assembly, and the planetary governor is now the ultimate commander-in-chief of SEAF military assets on Angel's Venture. I recognize that the government has made a decision in this matter. However, as it is a stupid decision, I've instructed my Seraphim to ignore it and not allow themselves to be detained by any means. We've got bigger problems here than some butthurt bureaucrat. Also, to those listening from the ministries, do not try to lay hands on the wolf divers. They're already pretty, shall we say, upset with Icarus' current condition and are just looking for a reason to kick someone else's face in. Speaking of which, I managed to persuade the 104th to not administer the blow of the eagle to Ben Arnold. That is the fool that shot Icarus in the back, and if you don't know what that is, don't go look it up. No, we're gonna go for a more poetic punishment. When our evacuation efforts are finished, Mr. Arnold will be dropped off in Luminosity, the capital of Angel's Venture, and his fate will be left to the old gods. Basically, if the Helldivers manage to stop Meridia and save that world, he gets to live. At least until he miffs off someone else willing to give him an early grave. If we can't stop it, well, sorry about your luck, Chuckles. I'm not willing to stain my paws with your blood, but there's nothing that says I need to save you either. You already made your bed. Time to lie in it. Meridia, the dark star of much conversation, continues to creep closer and closer, and thanks to successful Illuminate harvesting efforts today, its dark matter accumulation level has been bumped back up to 75%. With ongoing operations occurring on Senge 23 at Haldus, it seems unlikely that the Helldivers will be able to stop both, even with the DSS lending assistance on Senge with Eaglestorm. Voteless blobs, in particular, really do not appreciate the majesty that is Eaglestorm. To further complicate the situation, as if this wasn't all just chaotic enough to begin with, the Legion divers are present on Angel's Venture, arriving earlier in what looks like a super carrier. Darn it, I want one of those. They announced their arrival with both loudspeaker and in wideband transmission with a single line of dialogue. Yeah, because nothing says peaceful like showing up, armed to the teeth, in a warship that could blast the bringer of mercy out of the stars in less time than it would take to talk about it. Do you see why these guys just scare the piddle out of me? So, what are these guys doing here, you might be asking? Honestly, I'm not sure. Whatever it is, they didn't talk about it digitally prior, so I am in the dark as much as you are, dear divers. That's been Liberty's latest with me, Pandera the Radio Angel. I'll be perfectly frank with you, Helldivers. I can't afford to give this Angel's Venture situation the time or my undivided attention that it deserves. I've got my paws full trying to throw a monkey wrench into the limited operations down here. So help me, Liberty, I'll save these planets and stop this evil plot, no matter how many 500 kg bombs I have to drop, how many orbital strikes it takes, or how much of this planet that I have to burn down in order to do it. For liberty, for freedom, for democracy, and for Super Earth.